Hi YouTube, my name is Lindsay and this is my first video about homeschooling and how I've got to this point. So how it kind of all began was a couple of years ago, about 5 years ago, we moved to where we live. A couple of years later, our district did some rezoning and what my children's elementary school would be changed to 5th and 6th grade, and so they split up the elementary school to the other elementary schools in the district, which turned it into about hour and a half to 2 hour bus ride, or I would have to drive her about an hour every day. I was kind of complaining about that to my husband, and he was like, well, why don't we just homeschool? And I just never really thought about it up until that point, so I started doing some research and looking into it, and started at actually the online public school option. It's free with your tax money. Every state, I believe, has it. But I got to the point where I just needed of registration, that I just needed to send in the documents to get the supplies in for us. And I just wasn't feeling, I was feeling some hesitation. And I wasn't really sure what my hesitation was until I just started doing a little bit more research and finding that there are so many different types of curriculums out there that you can pick and choose from, and pick and choose on how you want to teach it or how you feel like you can best get across the information to your child. Because actually, once I decided to go the homeschool route, I contacted her what her elementary school would be, and just because I do want to make sure that she stays on track and that this is doing nothing but benefit her even more, and our family, our situation. We're business owners, we kind of live out in the country, and I just felt like this was something that we could work best in our lifestyle. So once I started looking at the separate curriculums, I really decided that that was the route that I was going to take. So I guess I'm kind of considered more of an eclectic homeschooler, because I don't have one box set of curriculum for every subject for the whole year. I have a math curriculum and an English curriculum and a science and a history, but they're all kind of from different little things. And I also am planning on adding additional things on top of that, so that it's not just the same thing every single day, day after day, that we're mixing it up, doing something fun, doing something different for herself and for me, I think, too. So from there, so I contacted her school, and they actually gave me a progress report, so everything that they're pretty much grading the children on throughout the year. So I've taken what they have sent me plus our state standards and read through those to really educate myself on what I need to be teaching throughout the year. And then from there, I've just kind of taken it upon myself on finding different little things, taking tips from people on YouTube, and twerking it to what best works for us. So that's kind of my point of this video, is just kind of maybe me putting out where I'm at in this journey, that maybe people can take a little bit from here and there and work what's best for you. So let's see. I guess the first thing that started off my planning was my planner. And I tried to do a DIY, make your own planner. And I thought, oh, it's going to be great. It's going to be pretty. I'm going to show it to you. So this was my planner that I decided to make. It is a 3-ring binder. So this was like $1.50 or something like that. And then I found these really cute folders from Target that I just love the design on them. And then I thought it was really cool because the inside of the folders had lines on it. And if I have a blank page, I like crazy noodled, write scratchy, and it's not pretty and it's never organized. So that there were lines on the paper, I thought that was really good. For me, at least, that's what I like. So I laminated those, and then I'm using wet erase markers to write on, so I can keep it on there until I don't want it on there anymore. What I started off in here was a cleaning schedule and a grocery list And then I thought, oh, I'll put my student planner in here too. So I laminated each month, but I only have the months in here and not even the weekly breakdowns, and it's super heavy. So I found myself never wanting to tote it around, never wanting to carry it around. So I thought, I'll keep it for those other things, but for my planner, I ended up finding, I just didn't have the time before school for everything that I needed to get done to make my own personal planner. I plan on doing that next year, but this one I found, it was $10 at Walmart. I thought it was pretty, and I liked that it had the full year calendars, and it even jumped up to 2017. But for the year calendars, I started off by marking the days that I know that we're going to have off, the days that I know that I want to school, and then I picked my end date that I know I want to end school, and then I'm just making sure that I have the rest of my days that we need accounted for in there. I am going to be keeping records of attendance, grades. I will be giving her tests. I do think that that's something that in any level of schooling that you get into, they do that. So I think that you should be doing that throughout the start of your education, because you are graded on what you know. So we'll see how that goes down the road, but that's how I feel right now. So another thing that I really liked about this calendar was a full month view, and it also had the week breakdowns. So since I only have one child in kindergarten, my lesson plans are not that extensive, so I don't really need that much more space than this. We have one day a week that we go to co-op, and another day that we go to the library for kind of another co-op. But so that, that's going to be a day in my lesson plans that I'm not really going to be needing that much. Another thing that I liked in the back of this was it had a note area. I'm going to have like my favorite quotes, and then I also liked that I could have an area that I could kind of journal a little bit about the progress of how we're doing. So that is my planner. The